Proud of the way the guys played today. Jamie came out and it starts on the mound, and he had a very efficient first inning. It presented control of the game, and Diamez comes up and puts 1-0 right out of the gate. Diamez had a great ball game. The catch in center field, just a phenomenal jump, and the staff worked so hard on trying to position our guys properly, and those guys work tirelessly on their jumps and routes, and you get a chance to make a catch and close like that with that kind of break up against the wall. Just great play, and then it's fitting that he got the hit that won the ball game late. So it was Diamez's day today. Jamie was good. We clearly were not in a position, you guys know, that he wasn't prepared to throw 80 pitches. That was about the lid for him. Ben did a nice job. I thought his changeup was as good as we've seen it. Jamie threw some nice sliders. So today you saw execution of secondary pitches that were a little better than we may have seen them, which is what you like. And I know where we are in the season, and we clearly have our work cut out, but the growth and the development of some of those guys that's all you can hope for and ask for right now. And you're seeing it. Doug, you see the maturity of the stuff. He's in the zone more than he was when this thing started. And he's had some big moments. And he's intense and emotional with what he's doing, and he wants to win and he wants to compete. And I'm proud of the way we played today. It was not easy. The game, we should have had total control of the game. The at-bats in the middle of the game were putrid with runners in scoring position. We gave away some at-bats. Our guys know that. I tip my hat to JU, how they pitched, and they had a variety of guys. A guy got injured, but they kind of hung in there, and they're a very good team. And when you can beat a team like that that's consistently winning games, you take it and you're proud of the guys.
How much fun is it to coach Diamez? He seems like a kid that is very energetic all the time and always has a smile on his face.
He does a lot of the things that you would want. He continues to get better in the outfield. He's a solid base runner. I think he's gaining some confidence and calmness when we give him the ability to steal bases and run. Like, one thing in training and practice and scrimmages, but when you're out there in those situations and you have the chances to run, just the settling nature of it and how you calmly get your jumps, they become better jumps. And we're seeing that spraying the ball around. And the short game is there. I think that's probably the last, because of how he got injured, I think the short game is the last piece to come back. But it's fun because the playbook's open. You can do a lot of things, and he uses the whole field, stays on the ball. So it's fun. It's fun to watch, and I'm happy of seeing him back to where we saw him when this whole thing started.
You talked about the middle innings and maybe wasting some of the chances not coming through.
Yeah.
But then you have two out RBI in the seventh,
yeah.
two out in the RBI in the eighth. I guess how nice is it? That's been a Achilles heel kind of coming through in that moment, changing that.
Yeah, why there were some guys that had really good at bats at periods of the game that had chances in the middle to blow this thing open and didn't. And expanding the zone early in the count, some strange takes on some hittable fastballs, but then some of those same guys came up and answered. So that is why it's called an average, and you have to take some of the good with the bad, but it shouldn't be really a result of poor swing decisions or poor take decisions. Like, if you line out, you line out. But I thought we gave away some things, maybe trying to do a little bit too much when you see the expansion of the zone and kind of taking some weird pitches. You almost feel that they're overthinking the at-bat a little bit and get themselves in a bit chasing a little bit, or taking something that's very hittable instead of just maintaining their overall approach throughout the course of the at-bat, which is simply pitch by pitch of the at-bat, regardless of where the runners are.
What do these last 4 games do for the confidence of the team going back into conference play?
Well, it feels good. Make no mistake, it hasn't been pleasant walking out of here the majority of the time. You guys know that. I know it. They know it. So when you get to walk out of here with the feeling of accomplishment, and you did it, and you stuck in it, and you came back in a game and won the game, it's really good. Now, our work is cut out as much as anybody's work has ever been cut out. And we know that. And we know that that's a good team coming in. They had a really good team last year. And we faced good teams all year. When things click, and we get good starting pitching, we've got enough in the bullpen to handle it, things have to go well for us. So the confidence in having that feeling for several games in a row, like this is what it should look like. Today, there were some moments, maybe not, but overall in the last 4 games or so, that's really what it should look like. So I hope that that's the conveyor into the weekend playing a really good team. And it's good to have them here. You know, when you play and practice on artificial turf every game, you know, and I've been in that situation, and then you get in here, like you hope some of the things that we have at our home stadium provide an opportunity to have an added edge that you need against a team that is that talented.
Talking about the pitchers, I think those are 3 guys who pitched tonight who've had some on and off control issues this season. To see them have 2 combined walks, and then Jamie had both the walks, and Ben and Doug didn't have any. How encouraging is that?
It's great. You know, those are freshmen that we're leaning on, and we've leaned on them. And when you've been going at it like they've been going at it, sometimes, unfortunately, you can see the freshmen wear down a little bit at this point. Not from workload, but just from intensity and throwing out of the bullpen, which is different. And this weight room, like 3 days a week, is different, and the drills are different in the practice. So to see them actually climb the ladder right now, it's a tribute to Chuck. And Chuck, if you had been in the scouting report, our pregame meeting, we meet before every game, like it was intense. And he told some of those young guys, like the growing up is now, like today. Like, grow up and go answer and deliver and do your thing. And the guys really responded.
With 4 straight wins, you know, the win coming tonight as well, and Wake Forest coming in, I guess the way things have been trending for you guys lately, I guess what kind of position do you guys feel like you're in, you know, heading into that series coming up?
Well, it feels good, like, to string some things together and play well. Like sometimes you play well and lose a game, but you can still play well and sporadically lose a ball game and still feel okay. But this has been playing well and winning. Now, the navigation of that club that's coming in here, they're very, very, very talented. I think last year going to Knoxville and dealing with that group at the end, I think it has that similar sense of like just how talented they are. But we don't have to match their season. Like we have to find a way to beat them 1 game at a time. And that's what we're going to focus on starting tomorrow when we work out, and we'll start to cater our workouts and what we're doing in the cages and what we're doing to them. And that's what you do, and you have a couple days to work at it. So the guys will be ready, and they'll be excited about it, and Wake Forest will be thrilled to be in here and play, and they're on top of the world, and they're really, really, really good. So clearly it's work in front of you cut out.
Awesome.